Sure probably remembers more than I do. Let's see if I can get this. These aren't necessarily the easiest ones. Think we can? You think we can?
Is that like Buddhism or Chinese or what is it? Is it part of? Is that what Buddhists use or Chinese people use? Or?
I mean, Jane uses it.
I hear that.
You do?
Yeah.
I know it's some kind of ancient, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something from years ago.
I can talk about it in a second if you want.
Oh yeah. I've seen you use it a lot. I just never knew where it came from,
Yeah.
what it is, or.
Yeah, you just want to take a deep breath with me?
Yeah. Oh, you're starting. Okay.
And just let it go. Do a couple more. Your big breaths. Connect with your body. Remind yourself how safe you are, how loved you are, how abundant you are. That right now you have everything you need in this right now moment. Take another deep breath in with me. And let it go. So now we're here. I'm Jane.
Hi, Jane.
And this is Body, Mind, Spirit. So I'm really grateful that you all are here with me today. So I may cry and everything is good. I'm just having every emotion possible and they flow out of my eyes and I make snot. I'm really good at making the snot part. And that's the one thing that I'm like, damn it, really? But you know, hey, this is this way my body's been designed. I cry a lot and I snot. And I'm like, damn it.
I'll make it a t-shirt.
Right? I'm okay. I just snot whenever I feel things. Good morning. So this is my last Body, Mind, Spirit here. And I'm happy about it and I'm sad about it. And so I'm feeling all of it at the same time. So I am leaving Charlotte in like 2 weeks and I'm going to Central America to live. I talked to someone recently and they were like, why are you going? And I said, would you keep it cracked a little bit though so air can move? Thanks. They were like, what are you going to do down there? And I said, live. And they were like, but what? Like, what are you going to do for like a job and for money? And I'm like, I'm not listening to those questions like right now because all I know is I need to get there. And it's like this higher calling that's pulling me there. And it has been for quite some time. And good morning. Good morning. And so the reason that I'm doing it, I think, is of service for all humans for me to share, because I think we're all on this path of making a change and following what we're being called to do. And we don't have a template. We don't have a playbook. We don't have anything in front of us other than what our mind is telling us, what our heart is telling us, and what our body is telling us. So for me, I've lived most of my life dissociated from my body or hurting her. And it wasn't until the past couple years that I started to actually listen to my body and ask her, like, what do you need? What do you want? And like me actually shutting the fuck up and listening to her. And so I could actually hear what she wanted. And it sounds like voices in my head. You know, it sounds like my inner self, my higher self. It sounds like guidance. And so all this is tying together with body, mind, spirit. And so when I asked my body, like, what do you need? Like, what do you want? Because I've hurt you most of your existence. like, thanks for not leaving me, and she was really clear, and she said she wanted sunshine and clean water, and she wanted to have fruit and vegetables that were affordable and accessible. And I've been having a big challenge actually affording to live here in Charlotte for many years. I've had many housemates over the years. I've rented my house out like fully. One time I rented my house out and I lived in my backyard in a tent so I could afford the mortgage. So I've lived I've been like doing it, and I don't want to struggle anymore, and it's interesting that the sacrifice of giving up the struggle here, it's like there's so much sacrifice to that, because then it's like, well, what does that look like? Well, that means I leave the country because it's more affordable for me, for what I'm called to do. And so I say that because whenever we change our lifestyle for our health, like when we actually change our lifestyle for our health and wellness, whatever that looks like, there's a sacrifice. We might leave friends, a job, relationships. We leave something. And we are doing that so that we can claim what is our birthright, which to me is health and wellness and happiness and joy and all this stuff, which we always have accessible within us, like always. And it's a little bit more challenging, just a little bit. It's a little bit more challenging to feel peace and joy, as I feel like many of us know or have experience with, when you're having a hard time, like finding food to eat. It makes it a challenge, And so I'm grateful that I've set myself up in a way that I can sell my house. And so I share that because I want to honor and commend everyone here in this space who's ever let go of something, a relationship with anyone or anything, to reclaim your health and wellness, to start honoring your body. It's a sacrifice, and it's hard. It's hard to say goodbye to the bottle. It was hard for me, because it was always there for me. It's really hard for me to say goodbye to my land because I love her so much. It's really hard for me to say goodbye to y'all. So thanks.
Well, you have your spirituality, you do things, invite people. I've never gone, but at the art center or something like that. Will you do things like that in Costa Rica?
Probably, because I can't not.
Okay.
I can't not be around people.
Right.
I can't not be around groups and hold groups and bring in conscious conversation around wellness and love.
Mhm.
I don't know what it looks like.
Why did you pick Costa Rica specifically?
It's affordable.
Okay.
The land has a lot of fruit and vegetables.
Okay.
It's like most of it's organic and healthy. The water's clean.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like most places in Central America, the water you can't drink out of the tap.
Mm-hmm.
But there, I can drink water out of the tap. It's amazing. It's like what is this world where it doesn't feel good or safe to drink water out of the tap? That's messed up. It's truly just that. It's so that I can live.
Takes a lot of courage and strength. It does.
Thanks. No, you can leave it open some.
Do you see virtually when you go to Costa Rica? Are we able to still know?
Well, yes and no. Only through my YouTube channel that I have,
Okay.
which is Jane the Guide. I'll probably be posting more on there more regularly. But I won't be doing anything with Promise Resource Network anymore.
Are you on Facebook?
Mhm.
I don't know if you want to keep
Yeah.
started on your Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
We can keep in
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Jane Ritz. I'm pretty out there. I'm an open book.
And you may leave, but other things you taught us, I can never unlearn them. So been valuable. The information you give me opens my mind to certain things and ways of thinking that I will definitely be able to take on. So you will live forever. Because I'll take you will, because I took it and give somebody
You're
else.
gonna live forever.
Yeah, I've kind of learned a lot of things that I didn't learn in any other space I've ever been in 40 years.
Thank you for that reflection and sharing that. And same here. Like, this is good morning. You know, PRN's been like the constant for me. It's been the only constant for me.
How many
Since
years?
I think it was like the very beginning of 2018. Which is just such a gift. You know, that it's like my constant has been a dope ass community. Like, that's just cool. You know, that we've had that we have Promise Resource Network as a constant. You know, the doors are open, they're welcoming, like we can be ourselves. Like, that's just really cool, you know. We don't have to pay like $1,000 a month to be here.
It's free and it's freedom.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Yeah. So, you know, body, mind, spirit. This is, and it's interesting because, like, oh, thank you very much. So this has been my reality, like this situation where it's like, no, the tears are just like that, you know, since I mean, for a while now, and especially as I'm like packing through my stuff, and you know, we all have stuff, you know, we all have stuff that holds memories. And I had this curiosity come up, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. As I'm like putting the like donate, oh, that's actually garbage. This is actually, I need to give that back, you know, like whatever these things are. And I had this thought, and I was like, so we'll say this honey jar. It was a honey jar. I have a story about this. It's a honey jar. My friend Charles got it for me from the hardware store out in Monroe. And it got me off of allergy medicine because I take honey every day now. And so like everything has a story for me. So I have sentimental everything for everything I have. And then I thought, so if I get rid of this, then where's the memory of it? Oh God, I have to rely on my own memory. And then I was like, oh shit. And then I thought, it's the gift, I think, for us to be together, like have our bodies in the same space, have open minds for each other, and remember that we're all part of the same spirit. You know, we're all spirit in some level. And then those are the stories that can keep the memories alive for everything, so that we can like start to remove all the stuff and things. Has anyone in here like ever just like gotten rid of like all your shit and like literally not had anything?
Well, not quite that.
Over almost. Yeah, it's a lot, right? Like I've done it a few times, man. I've done it a few times, and this is the first time that I'm like, oh shit.
You've had
It's so-
to more.
No, I literally I had basically nothing for at one time when I got divorced. But if I have a bunch of snot hanging, I'm just
I'll
gonna,
let you know.
sorry in
Beautiful.
advance.
I'll let you know.
Sorry in advance. The tears I don't mind if you see. I just don't like the look of snot. I don't like the look of snot. It grosses me out every time. I'm like, oh, even with kids.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh my
touch
God,
me.
kids, you're so
I think that's
cute.
worse.
It is. Ugh.
Well, because then they want to touch everything.
Well, yeah, it's so gross. So yeah,
So,
How much are you actually taking with you?
hang on, Ivanka was asking.
how are you going to afford to take care of yourself, get back and forth in transportation? You'll be okay.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna make money on my house from selling it, and I'm gonna figure out. I am trusting and walking in so much faith right now. I have nothing planned. I am literally trusting in great spirit. I have never been so aware that I'm walking into the great mystery, into the void of nothingness. Like I've never had so much awareness of it, and still like bravely taking that step into it. into that unknown. You know, I met a few people down there, so I've made some like friends, you know.
And you'll get in touch with them when you get over there.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm walking in a lot of faith right now. I am definitely walking in all faith.
Do you know what follows faith? Belief.
True story.
And so there you go, girl. You're just right where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
How long have you been going there?
For a couple years now.
So these are friends you've known for a while then, or just new ones from the last?
Every time I go, I make new friends.
Mhm.
So just adding to my network of friends.
How is your family handling it? I know somebody like your parents and like your close family. I know they.
How are you handling this, mother?
Yeah.
Seriously, that's a question. How are you handling this?
Right.
I would like to speak for you, from you, and not. So if you're there, let me know. My dad is actually really supportive in a way that is touching my heart in a different level. At first, he was like, "Yeah, whatever," and then over the time that I've been talking about it, he's like, "Yeah, I'm really proud of you. Like, you're doing something that I've always wanted to do," and you know, he's not in a space to follow those types of dreams,
Right.
you know. And so for him, like feeling his pride in that like really loving way, and it means a lot to me because you know, he knows that where I'm going, it's mostly jungle. And you know, he went to Vietnam, and so his memories and attachments of the jungle is not nearly as sacred as what my experience is. And so I feel like I'm doing some like deep ancestral healing by being able to like be with that version of the earth in love and joy, and like dedicate it to him and his traumatic experiences in the jungle. So he's proud of me, and I don't know how my mom feels. She hasn't responded. So I can't really speak to that.
And I think like what you said, like our parents didn't have the ability to live life to make a decision like that. Because sometimes maybe their job or their responsibilities wouldn't allow them to. But the fact that's freedom to be able to live in the grave, so you can make your own decision. Like, and it's hard. Like closing a new chapter and open a new chapter because it's new. But that's it. It's like a new birth. A rebirth.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And there's also this thing that I'm noticing. I'm like, is it a new chapter? And I'm like, it's a new book.
Oh.
And I remember very specifically, like in my life where I've been like, so I used to do drugs, and then I'd be like, I'm not doing drugs anymore. I'm going to drink alcohol because it's socially acceptable. And then I got off of alcohol because I was like, I don't want to be an alcoholic because that's lame. I'm going to do drugs again. You know, like I was, so those were like chapters that I was closing, but I was still doing like a version of the same thing.
Right.
You know, so it was like when I completely was like, okay, I'm quitting my job, I'm quitting my marriage, I'm quitting this, I'm quitting that. Like that was a new book right there. But I stayed in Charlotte. So it was like a book in a series. Right. And so now I feel like it's like brand new everything. Like it's almost like a new author is writing it. You know, it's interesting, but I feel like many of us are doing that now, where we're moving into this like complete new reality. You know, a lot of people like waking up to the concept that they're a part of the divine. Like many of us know that or have felt it in our life, but there are some people that are just now like becoming aware. And that's a huge awareness. Like that changes the relationship on and with Earth. Yeah.
Well, I'm hearing you talk. To me, you're growing a new life. You're growing a new woman now. You're a brand new woman. All that stuff, it's thrown out the window now. You're
It's
a
so
brand new
true.
woman now. That's what you're going through.
It's
You've
so
never
true.
been there before, that situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for seeing that. Cause it's literally like, so this morning, like every day I'm like taking like garbage out,
Brand new woman.
you know, like memories. And this morning, y'all, I threw out Christmas ornaments that I made when I was like in kindergarten and first and second grade. And they were cute. And I was just like, but it was more than just throwing away this old stuff. I'm literally releasing that part of me. And so like I'm very aware that like Jane as I've known her is dying.
Mm.
I am dying. And the Jane that I'm becoming
Oh,
is being birthed right now. With every load that leaves my house, that's a death at the same time as it's a part of my rebirth. And that's an interesting place. It's kind of like, getting healthy. It's like you feel like you're dying because you might be detoxing. Anyone ever felt that shit? Where you're like, I'm actually dying. Yeah. And it's like, I'm actually dying, but you know that death of that toxic part of you, of me, of us, needed to die so that the healthy part of us could be like, okay, here I am now.
And most people don't want to go through that death part. Yeah. Like the death of like a mourning, I think what you're doing, like period, is mourning a new
Totally
chapter. And it's okay. And it's natural to mourn things that but I think sometimes I hold on to things so much, they end up holding on to me. Like I'm holding on to those memories and that nostalgia. It's holding on to me. And I can't grow, I can't evolve if I'm holding on to things in the past. That was me. I can honor it and be grateful for it. I don't have to be attached to those memories. I want to create new memories. I want to be in the present because if I'm living straddled, worrying about the future, the past, I'm not able to enjoy present. Like we already worried about you leaving, and you're still here. Like you still able to enjoy you. Like stop worrying about mourning you going and you're not here. Like no, live in the present. And be able to and be honor them and be grateful for them because most people, like you said, most people don't have the opportunity to do what we're doing now. So if it is, that's a part of life.
Yeah.
I'm grateful we have had the experience because most people don't get this experience to have these kind of classes and these kind of awareness.
And it is so cool that like the sadness, it's like it's a grief, right? It's a grief, but because I'm not gone right now, obviously, because I'm still right here, it's also gratitude. And so it's like literally it's grief and gratitude at the same time. And it's more than most bodies can physically handle. And that's why we alchemize it and make tears. Because it's such a holy light. It's such a holy energy. It's such a pure energy. I mean, it's all heart. You can't have grief if you don't have love. You can't have gratitude if you don't have love. And to be able to feel both of them at the same time, it's like, like my face contorts and I'm like snot. Yeah.
My question is, when you talk to your higher power, whatever that is, and you say, please give Jane blessings and grace and miracles, how does that energy, is it worthwhile doing that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I think it's the only thing that's kept me able to keep moving.
Uh-huh.
I think if I weren't able to ask for what I need,
Okay.
which has been so much, but like I've been praying a lot for clarity, like let the next steps be shown. And for a while, all I heard was, girl, just get your house together. Girl, just shut up. Like you don't think about anything else right now. Just get your shit together. Purge what you need to purge, pack what you need to pack. Very similar to when I've gotten off of like drugs and alcohol and like some other fucked up shit. It would be like, how am I gonna? And it was like, just get clean. That's all you gotta do right now. Right. And so like listening to that. So just listening and being like, okay, I'm gonna fine. I don't need to know where I'm gonna live yet. Fine. Don't know what I'm gonna do for money. Fine. I'll just keep packing my house. And I'm noticing that like those timelines they're unfolding now. They needed to unfold now. They didn't need to unfold then. It would have been too much on my plate and I would have frozen. So I've been praying for clarity, clarity on the next step. Focus. I've been asking for focus because I've gotten the trust and the faith in like, cause at this point I'm committed.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm on the roller coaster. I'm strapped in. We've already like started the takeoff. So I'm like, well, I'm on it, like, okay. But for me, the spiritual practice has been what's kept me anchored into my heart and not going too far into my head. Because my head wants to know everything. My head wants to know, how am I going to make the money? How am I going to actually land in San Jose, get 5 hours away with all my luggage and no car? Okay, I know. Okay, a taxi. Okay, great. and then I can be dropped off at where I'll be living. Then how am I going to get to a car? Like
Yeah,
these
right,
things.
right,
It's
right.
like, oh shit, and it's like that's where the trust and faith comes in, and that's why I'm asking for clarity and let
Right.
things be shown. And so my spiritual practice has kept me from legit like losing my marbles during this. And it's kept me from like, because there are some days, like there was the other, I don't know, whatever day it was, I was like, I kind of just want to drink a lot and get wasted and just like fuck
Uh-oh.
it. Like I really was just like, I don't even want to deal with all that I've created that I want
Yeah.
in my life. I don't want to deal with it. And then I thought about it, and I was like, that would be so fun. And then I thought about the next day, and I was like, no. The next day, the thought of the next day, I was like, no, like hands down, hard no. So instead, I took a walk around the block and got out of the house for a minute, and then came in refreshed and was like, okay, closet or whatever, Did that answer that?
Yes.
Okay.
Even if it didn't, I absorbed all
Okay.
that and needed to hear.
Okay.
Ah,
Got a question.
Yeah.
It's probably, have you wondered about medical care? I went to foreign country, I can't get my medications. I'm on a lot
Right.
of meds. And I
Um,
know that's, I don't know, I know you got a lot of things up the air and you're worried about a lot of things, but
so I have not had any medical care or insurance since probably 2016.
oh,
I am in so much trust and faith that I am made of energy and love and
Oh,
light,
okay.
that
Gotcha.
I am healthy and well. And it's so much in my belief that I just stay well.
okay. Makes sense.
So, and I tend to turn to plant medicine instead over pharmaceuticals, and where I'm going, because there's so much connection to the earth. Like people know stuff about plant medicine that's like all this like indigenous knowledge. Like I had a bug bite. I had a gnarly bug bite, like it swelled up like that. And I was like, I don't know what that is. And someone was like, did something with tobacco, like made it,
Yeah.
put it on, and I'm like,
that's so cool.
oh, like if you have eye problems, they have these little bees. They're called Mariola bees, and they make different shaped cones for the honeycomb thing. They're different shaped. They're more conical. They're like long, but they're a different shape, and they don't sting these little bees. But the honey that they make, you can put it in your eyes. And apparently it burns, but it helps to heal your eyes. So all that to say, so stuff like that, I've been more in alignment with those paths of healthcare. So when I stepped away from like the health insurance stuff, it was like, whatever. For me, there is also healthcare down there. I think, don't quote me on this, but I feel like if you're a resident, you can get some type of free healthcare. Something like that.
Socialized.
Yeah, I think so.
And you saying going to where you're going is a calling for you. So you feel like it's fulfilling a purpose. It's like a purpose. You have a purpose for going there. It's like the higher power is saying, I need you. I need you. It's not me being of service. What can I do? How can I be of service while I'm here? Take all the knowledge I have from where I come from and be able to give it to someone else. Because what you have is freedom. The information you have is going to definitely impact someone, and hopefully they'll tell somebody else, and they'll tell somebody else. There'll be a trickle down effect. And I've been telling everyone I know about this information, because I knowledge is power. You're empowering me. I appreciate it. And
Thank
you
you.
be able to actually show emotions that you're leaving. I appreciate that, because if you had waited to go in the bathroom and wait, like, but I would hope you had got emotional about leaving us. That's natural. I'm like, she don't even do
If I was like,
I'm
bye.
leaving tomorrow, guys. But that's natural. Why you usually have to wait to feel your emotions when you're feeling them? You don't have to excuse yourself. I saw you crying. I'm like, that was not normal for me, but I appreciate it. Even sharing and Cedric did. I'm like, that's freedom. You can come to a space and be vulnerable.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't mind
I
crying.
was like, why is she crying?
Yeah.
She's always smiling.
Yeah. And I'll smile when I cry too. Hang on one second. He's got something to share.
That's what, Jim.
What?
That's what.
Chicken butt?
That's it.
Guess why?
I don't know.
I remember you the last time I spoke to you. This is like some time ago. You probably got to see me in years ago. I remember you was in this place before. Like, and what I'm really trying to get at is, I know you're gonna be okay. I know that for certain. I really have no doubt in my mind, only because it's like, I remember from that point and seeing you again now. It's like, I know there's a lot of lessons and journeys and experiences that you built during the time just to make it through this next journey. You know what I'm saying? There's enough there. Like I get where the overwhelmingness comes from, and you know, some fear, some excitement, don't knowing. But at the end of the day, when you step foot there, it's all gonna come together because they haven't merged yet completely. You know what I'm saying? And I already see that because I remember you were supposed to move last time or something with the housing situation. But I seen you again smiling and being happy. You know what I'm saying? It's just the same part, but different, just a different facet of it. You know what I'm saying? So I already know you're gonna be fine. I know you're gonna be great. And I know for a fact you're gonna end up coming back telling us about it.
Keep
I know
asking.
that for certain. Oh, we're gonna hear about it in some way, some form. Because I know
Totally.
that your connection is here even more. You know, so I'm just excited for you, to be honest with you.
Thank you so much for sharing that and holding that. Like, you know, doesn't it make just such a difference when someone looks at you and sees you like being successful in whatever endeavor it is, as opposed to like having someone look at you with doubt and like, oh, you're gonna fuck it up. You know what I mean? Like, thank you. So thank you for seeing it and saying it. It feels really good, and I really appreciate it. Like, it's yeah. Thank you.
Jane, all of our goals is to help other people, right? And so you're going to Costa Rica, and how are you gonna what are you gonna do?
So thank you for that. So what came really clear to me was that I've been given another assignment, another mission. It's almost like my job here is done, and I got promoted to another job. And for me, my first job was to bring a conscious awareness to our divinity here. And it's a lot of people are there. Like, when you look around Charlotte, a lot of people, and I'm not saying I did it, but I know I had a hand in it. But like, a lot of people are like, yeah, like love, like, you know, like let's work together, like whatever. But there are other levels to our ascension process, you know. And so for me, this new job that I have is to go to this place and up level me. I have to up level me so that I can then support others in their next level. Does that make sense? So what I'm seeing is the next 6 months, if not year, but I'm going to say 6 months, I'm resisting what I've been shown, which is don't plan anything, don't schedule anything. Like, don't hold a retreat, don't do this, don't do that. No, just be with you and like raise your vibe, like embody that joy that I am, but like more. And then I'll be able to bring new code, new data, new information to the masses to support that.
Gotcha.
So that's all I know right now is I feel like the first few weeks I'm going to probably be in this like complete shell shock kind of thing where I'm going to be like, oh God, I did it. Oh God. Like, I feel that that's like really likely, where I might go into like a super deep depression for a little bit. And
Or you might be really excited.
no,
and you
it's
go,
gonna hit me.
"Oh my God, I'm here."
Yeah, that too. And that I'll be feeling both of it. It'll be like what I'm feeling now, just like on further ends
Right.
of the like, oh God, I did it. And then like, fuck it, I did it. You know, at the same time. So that's what I know is that it'll be a time where I get to like reconnect with parts of me and the spirit realm, really.
And you're going to do it through prayer and meditation
Yeah.
and reading and
Honestly, probably not reading, going to be reading a lot. And I say I'll probably be writing a lot. I started writing a book when I went down there. So I've been working with that. That's been my creative outlet. It's a story of living in purgatory. And but connecting with the earth has always been medicine for me. You know, she is a great teacher in every way. So I'm going to get back to my roots of Pachamama and sit with her in Great Spirit and just kind of go straight to the source and hear what I need to hear. That's what I know.
Sorry.
Either one.
Was meditation the process that you used to be able to hear that inner calling? Was that how were you able to hear that calling or be able to get to a stillness where you can actually hear what your purpose was? I mean, I want to, but sometimes I confuse that fear comes to me like I want to do this, but I'm scared to leave all these things behind. All these people.
That it's for me, it's been like ask, listen, and then I hear it. And then it's this sense of like extreme humble. Like I'm so humbled that that's what you want me to do. And also being scared shitless at the same time. Like, like I'm willing to do anything. And I've had many conversations with Great Spirit, the mystery, the nameless wonder. And I've literally been like, I'll do whatever it takes for the name of love. Like, that's what I'm here for. Like, I will release everything. I'll release my body. I'll die for love. I'm open to that. And then it was like, cool, you're coming to Costa Rica? And I was like, yay. So I ask and I listen. And the listening can be in the meditation or prayer place for me.
So how do you learn to calm your mind and listen to that energy that your higher power is trying to tell you? But when you're going so much, you just can't seem to stop it. How do you get that out?
Practice and commitment and devotion, first of all. Like choosing that I want to feel good in my mind, choosing life, choosing health, choosing wellness, and remembering that that's my commitment to me. And my practice will be a lot of times through dance. I'll dance my prayers. I dance to open up my mind, to let my body move energy out, and going for walks and connecting back with nature. Like I'll sit by a tree and ask the tree, or see myself in something else. If I see myself as the tree, because we are everything. And so for me, it gets my mind away from thinking the bullshit thoughts that are stopping me. Does that make sense? Like those thoughts that are like, but what about the bank? What are you going to do about this? And what about that? And I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ask the tree. Tree's got deeper roots than me. Tree reaches higher than me. Tree knows more than me. Or the wind or the fire. I sit with sacred fire. I sit with the elements. I go to a creek. I go to like Briar Creek. I just look at the water and I just meditate with that. And it sounds so simple. It really, for me, it really is that simple, but it takes practice and devotion. Because like when it's cold outside and shit, the last thing I want to do is take a walk and go down to a creek. Last thing I want to do. But if I say to Great Spirit, like, I'm not willing to be uncomfortable for me, love. I'm not willing to be uncomfortable for love. Then why am I here? We've been uncomfortable to live. Like we've gone through a lot of discomfort to get where we are now to live. What were you going to say?
No, I was totally agreeing on that part because that's the biggest thing I learned in life. Being uncomfortable is actually living.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're basically being challenged. You know what I'm saying? You're tapping in. And it's a practice because a lot of times we shut down and give up or we get too afraid. But the whole purpose is to go through it and see it through the end, good or bad, because you're going to learn something from it anyway.
Yeah.
The whole point is to get the lesson.
Totally. And it piggybacks on what Porter said about the feeling of the things. And here's the thing. We don't want to feel uncomfortable. That's why we all started doing like addictive patterns in the first place, because we had too many traumas that were too hard to feel. So we didn't want to feel them. So we numbed that shit out. And so then it's like, for us to heal it, we got to feel it. And it means we got to feel the things that hurt. But we've also, we felt the hurt the first time it occurred. So just feeling the hurt is much safer now, and it's like, and so then it's like being in the place where what we choose now and choosing the intentional hurt, like to break up with something, I think breakups are the hardest. Whatever it is I break up with. I'm breaking up with Promise Resource Network and it fucking hurts a lot. You know, it's a breakup. It's an end of a relationship that I've held dear. And so like, and these are the things that will keep us from making choices because we don't want to feel that hurt. We don't want to feel the discomfort of the breakup with the bottle, you know, because we know it's going to hurt.
Can you replace it with gratitude? That you actually, if you had emotion enough to be hurt that you lost it, apparently admit something to you, be grateful that you had something that you are emotional that you're losing it, even if it's negative. I had it, I admit it, it was past, it was something that sustained me for a while, but now the faith comes from it. I heard a pastor saying, when you're going up steps, it's not the steps that you're walking, your foot is walking toward, walking on that makes the noise. It's the foot that you're leaving. You're leaving that path is going to make that noise. You can't be scared of making that noise. Have that disruption. If that's what needs to happen, you get involved. I get too complacent and comfortable in the spaces that I'm in, and I know that it's not normal. I can't be in high school all my life. I need to be other places now so I can learn new things and grow and evolve and learn new things and have new trauma so I can have new technology. Right. I need to be able to have all a different way.
New trauma.
And in different places, there'll be new lessons and new lessons. And some people don't leave their street their whole life, and that's not living to me.
Yeah. Well, and you know, for me, so what I've realized, and I've always been this way, even with like movies and books, there's only been one book that I couldn't finish. And I was just like, I can't, like, this is bullshit. I can't do it. But I like to see how the movie ends. Like, even if it's a crappy movie, I'm going to watch it until the end, just because at this point, I'm curious, you know? And so kind of taking that concept to my own personal life, I want to see how it ends. That's why I never committed suicide. And that's why I'll never do it. It's because I just want to see what's going to happen around me. Like, I don't even know. I'm super curious. But in that, it's at the same time of me being curious and just like, how's this show going to end? Well, it's also like, well, do I want to live, like, do I just want to keep playing the same show on repeat, or do I want to try new things? And trying new things can be anything, you know, like, you know what, I'm going to try a new spiritual practice. You know, I've always, you know, been into like the super woo crystal things. I'm going to try church. I don't know, you know, or I'm going to try a new fashion. I'm going to show up differently. I'm going to show up as this, like, what if I dress like I'm extremely prosperous and abundant? Like, what if I did that? You just like trying on a new way of being, and then it makes the end of the show different. Y'all remember those adventure books, the choose your own adventure books? It was something that it was in my life big time. And like, you get to a page and it would be like, if you want to go down the hall to the left, turn to page 17. If you want to keep walking in the hallway straight, go to page 4. And I'd flip, you know. And the whole book was like that. You know, you would make a choice at the end of the page on what you wanted to do next. And it was like there were these adventure books. And eventually I got tired of the adventure books because I realized that I had already experienced all the adventures in the book. So then I had to get another book. That's kind of where I am. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that this is an opportunity for me to grow, and growth is pain, and I haven't wanted to look at that pain, and I've been bitchy, and you're giving me a growth opportunity that everybody needs in their life, and or maybe other people don't, but I'm feeling it, and I'm just glad that I had the opportunity to be with you when I was with you. And that you could open my mind so much and give me some kind of insight from my spirituality. Thank you.
Thank you for receiving. You know, and that's another thing I'm really grateful for is that I have, other than like once, I've always been really well received here. You know, like, I've been accepted. I've been welcomed. You know, if anyone here has ever judged me, no one's ever acted out on it, you know. And I've been in other situations in the community where it hasn't necessarily been the case. You know, I don't necessarily look like the other people that are doing the things that are similar to what I'm doing. They don't say fuck nearly as much as me. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have the history that I'm willing to open up and be like, yeah, this is me. You know, people don't not a lot of people necessarily show that because there is a lot of judgment. And so I'm really grateful for all of you and everyone that I've ever had in my reality here, at all of the locations.
We named a lot of networks, a lot of different
Right?
networks.
That I've always been welcomed and received. You know, I'm really grateful for that. I just had a memory come back. So I used to do a lot more offerings. I don't know if you remember, and one of them was a creative thing. And we would do something creative with the class because creativity's helped me stay healthier. Anyway, my point. I brought in sidewalk chalk.
I remember.
Were you there that day?
It was fun.
It was so fun. We were like using sidewalk chalk outside. It was so good. Like just like the fun things. It's so good. You asked how my parents were, and I said how Dad was. My mom responded with, I've always and will always be supportive of you. Of course, I don't like the distance, but want you to follow the path that makes you happy and at peace.
She'll come visit you.
So no, she won't. She won't. I know you won't visit. She knows she won't visit. She'll say she ain't gonna visit. She ain't gonna visit.
If I could
Yeah,
afford it, I
it's
would.
fine.
You got technology, guys. Skype,
Totally.
Discord,
Yeah, exactly.
You got WhatsApp.
Right, yeah.
Messenger, you guys keep in touch.
Exactly. Yeah. So thank you for being bodies with me on this human journey, and thank you for like opening your mind with my mind and my mind opening to your mind and just being open and willing to listen to me and to each other, and for welcoming me and allowing me to welcome you and love you. Like, because I love all y'all. You probably know that.
That smile says it all.
I mean, that shit. That's what sucks. It'd be different if I were an asshole. Come
How's
on.
it going? Like,
True story. It really would. It'd be different if y'all were assholes. Don't turn into an asshole.
Well, you're changing the world. And it starts one person at a time. That's what you're doing. Love, compassion, and acceptance change the world. And you're changing. That's what you've been doing here. That's what you're going to do when you leave here. That's what you're going to keep doing. So starts one person at a time. So yeah, what you doing?
Thanks for seeing
You're a good
that.
person. Yeah.
Thanks.
People feel positive energy around you. I can tell you're a nice person. I feel that positive energy every time I'm around you. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel selfish to keep you to ourselves. I mean, we deserve to. Other people deserve to get what we got.
Mhm.
We benefit from what you got.
Spread the love.
What they say, what's the biggest saying? They said, what you're lacking, create it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you can't find what you need there, just create it.
Yeah.
Let it draw to you. Because remember, one thing I noticed, you vibrate very high. You know what I'm saying? So once you figure you get there and connect, the vibrations go even more out. Probably go across the seas. You might have people come from different countries, just sense something and want to be there and just. I just think that's how the universe works sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes we don't know how we're vibrating when we move, and sometimes like if you look at a radio pole, it's just out energy.
Yeah.
The same. And sometimes God will take some type of energy and put it somewhere. And little do you know, you're getting what you need at that time, or giving somebody what they need. So I think just keep vibrating.
True story.
I left the alchemist
So
that she
true.
was first to the song with
Yeah. So
Big up.
I would like to end so I'll be here Friday for Keep Your Power. So that's all about anger. So that'll be really good. I don't even know what'll come with that one. Because I'll be like, because it'll be like at the same time of like, oh shit, it's my last time actually coming here. But like body, mind, spirit's been like in my jam. And expansions. Which isn't anymore, but whatever.
Then you give me time and have not like she's leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
You give me time to accept
Yeah.
where you're going.
Totally.
There's a lot, and Sharon not being here happened for a reason.
Oh my God. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful that her body has been her body in such a way that she needed the support that aligned this timeline just as it did. I mean, like the alignment of everything is always so perfect. I mean, like everything is in so much perfect alignment right now for each of us. Like everything is perfect timing. And that's nuts. It's so cool. You know, perfect timing. We're all ready for this. Whatever this is, we're ready for it. We've never been more ready. We have more tools, we have more love, we have more support, we have more awareness than we ever have. So we're more ready for anything that comes into our path from this now forward. And then when the next now happens, we'll be even more ready for the next thing, you know? So I would like to close this with, if you'll share what you're ready for. Anyone?
I'm ready. I've been thinking about this. You know, I have a wonderful routine that I do, but I kind of want more. And so I put my name on the prison list, and I have another place that I'm going to go that I can maybe volunteer my time. And so I'm ready for some expansion of my current program into taking my what do I have? Experience, strength, and hope to other people in hopes of helping a little more
Well, that just feels great.
and feeling good in myself.
Fabulous. Thanks. You're all ready for that.
I think so.
Totally. I love that. What are you ready for?
For that new book, I always been after new chapters. I want to write a new book. I'm trying. I'm been holding on to too much. I gotta release things. Hey, I just know God has allowed me to be in this space for a reason. He has prepared me. That fear of moving to the next chapter and leaving back everything that is complacent, I'm comfortable with. I have to let him go so I can move forward. I don't want to just grow. I want to evolve. I have to evolve. That's the lessons, the things that you taught me. I'm able to take into my next chapter, my next book, and it's going to be amazing because I'm gonna have these new tools. You give me a lot of tools to be able to use. I can utilize a lot of tools. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm excited about the next book of your life.
It's going to be called Black and Bald and Beautiful.
B cubed.
Ooh, my baby.
What else?
First name.
Yeah, what are you ready for?
I'm ready to go higher. I want to be innovative. I want to elevate. And if I write a book, it'd be No More Secrets. I have nothing to hide.
Mm. So you're ready. So you're ready for the next step. You're ready to feel better and better, and you're ready to be open, to give and to receive. So it is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm ready for you for that. What else? What are you ready for? I'm ready for levels of joy that I can't imagine. That's what I'm ready for. I know that I hold a lot of joy and that I express a lot of joy, but I know that there's still been a lot of things in my mind that I've been very focused on that has kept my joy kind of at bay a little bit. So for me to release from some of my mental stuff and just let myself be in joy, I've never experienced that. So I'm ready for a level of joy I've never had. I don't even know what it looks like. Not a clue. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So what are you ready for?
Same thing. That's actually what's woke me up. I'm ready for the same thing. Complete contentment.
Yeah. Yeah, contentment. Yeah.
Yeah. Completely content. And being having no control of it.
There's a term in the yoga tradition called santosha, and santosha means contentment. And it's just being able, which to me is the same thing as radical acceptance, just with like an additional bit of joy. It's like, can I really truly accept everything and like smile about it instead of like, yeah, I accept it. Just like, I actually accept it. You know, it's a different vibe. You're totally ready for that. And so it is. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that for you. Because it's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different feeling. What else? What are you ready for?
For me, I'm ready for like a new year. It's like I just feel like since I've been on this journey, really, doing more understanding who I am and what I like, and just being more aware. That person has been building up, and that awareness has been building up and letting me see. So I'm ready for that person to just, you know what? Watch that and just do something that is not expected from the whole.
You know what I just saw when you said that? Like Superman. Cause like, he had to like take off his like suit, right? And he was like, oh look, I'm Superman, I'm wearing the tights underneath. And ain't nobody expect that shit. Like nobody was like, hey Clark, you wearing tights under that? Oh, can you fly? Like nobody could have ever anticipated that, right? And there was that kind of like surprise factor too, but also this feeling of like safety, like, oh my God, he's magic, he's here to help, and yay. That's what I just saw was like this is who I am, and I don't really know my powers, but I'm willing to like be an exploration and discovery of them. And you're so ready for that. Like you can't be more ready for that. I'm excited to see what that looks like. If you wear tights, I would like send a picture. Right?
Yes, I did.
I guess that kind of went along with the words that were there to have that picture, because it is kind of like, it's like, for me, when I look at Superman, I feel like he was containing himself in that suit. He was out of that suit. It was still kryptonite, but there was no containment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he felt, and like, that's the thing too, like with the Superman and the concept of that, like, how great would it be if Superman could have just been Superman all the time?
Yeah, that's okay.
And then if everybody showed up as their superhero self, oh look, that's peace on earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so to me, it's in the good for all if we show up to be this person that we're becoming, and we're ready for that. I have a moment. Would anyone else like to share what you're ready for?
One more thing, I wish the classes like this would be more widespread, and I wish that I had these kind of classes available to me, like in elementary and middle school. Those are the times when I think I needed it more. With those things where I didn't think I had power, and actually being vulnerable was not seen as a strength. And that can come in places, especially. I think if classes like this were available, and I can't go back in time, but what I can is I've been going back to I've asked already to go back to a middle school to speak to them, because I know how impactful that can be, to take my voice and my experience to people that may not listen to their parents, but they may listen to somebody else.
Yeah.
And take some of the tools that I've learned here to them.
I mean, shit, like my life would have been totally different if any of this was even a remote conversation when I was a kid, other than, no, answer these questions. How did you get 5 for the answer? Show your math.
Yeah.
Like that was all I got. Okay, so one more. Would anyone like to share what you're ready for, so I can just hold that vision of whatever that is? Going once,
So
going twice. Can we all just be ready for some peace on earth?
Yes.
Can we hold that vision that no matter what, that we're all ready for peace on earth? We are, as a collective, as humanity, we're ready for peace on earth. We're ready for prosperity and abundance and joy and ease. We're ready for that. So if anything, know that we are all in fact ready for.
I'm ready for a miracle.
And so it is. Miracles, blessings, and peace, all of it. All right. I love y'all. Thanks for being here and just like, holding space while I cry and snot. Thank you all online to be here while I cry and snot. For the last Body, Mind, Spirit, I will hopefully see you all Friday while I'm filling in for Keep Your Power. So thank you all so much for being here on the online realm, holding it down. Your presence has made a difference. So I will see you all later. Bye.